Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1990 ECE paper and the topic is related to digital circuits. A 4-bit modulo 16 ripple counter uses JK flip-flops. If the propagation delay of each flip-flop is 50 nanoseconds, the maximum clock frequency that can be used is equal to, what is the maximum clock frequency you can apply? So look at this one. If you are going with modulo 16 ripple counter is nothing but it requires 4 flip-flops and those 4 flip-flops are going to be used of JK type. So this is what ripple counter implies nothing but ripple, it is also called as asynchronous counter. Ripple or asynchronous counter that will be consisting of 4 flip-flops. And 4 flip-flops is nothing but original clock is going to be applied to only LSB flip-flop and the next flip-flop is going to be clocked from the previous flip-flop. So output of this one is going to be acting as clock, output of this flip-flop is acting as clock for the next one. Similarly, this is what it is nothing but rippling. So this is the original clock we are going with. So let us assume this is what Q0 and it is Q1, Q2, Q3. So the output of this one, since it is modulo 16 counter, the output is going to be changing from 0 0 0 0 to and 0 0 0 1, next clock pulse 0 0 1 0, like this it is going through 0 1 1 1 and next it will go to 1 0 0, next it will go to 1 0 0 1, like this it will go to 1 1 1 1 as a last state. From this one again it is going back to initial state. So total number of states it is passing through is nothing but 16, that is from 0 to 15. So it is going to be called as modulo 16 counter. So if you are going to check about this one, whenever it is changing from 1111 to 0000, the meaning of this one, so this is present state and next state is nothing but you are going to be getting this one. Next state you are going to be getting upon application of clock pulse. So upon application of clock pulse it is going to be going into 0000 state. 0000 state. By that time all 4 flip-flops has to change its state. Not only for this case, the other case is nothing but whenever it is in the 0111 state and it is going back to 1000 state, that is 7 to 8. By that time also each and every flip-flop has to change its output. That is nothing but once you are applying the clock pulse, you can apply the next clock pulse, only you are getting the stabilized output. So once if the state is going to be 0111, next you are applying a clock pulse, so that you can apply one more clock pulse only until you are going to get this 1000 stable state. That implies nothing but after application of clock pulse, that clock pulse should change Q0, should change Q1, should change Q2 and Q3. That implies nothing but that clock has to propagate through Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So it has to propagate through all the flip-flops for some times. So this we should consider it as worst case propagation delay. We cannot expect always this is going to be occurring, but whenever it is going to be occurring, the output state should be stable. For that one, whichever is going to be taking largest delay, that will be taken as worst case delay and we will design the circuit for that one. So that implies nothing but worst case delay is nothing but 4 flip-flop propagation delays. This you can write it as worst case delay. Worst case delay is nothing but the clock has to propagate through 4 flip-flops and each flip-flop is going to be having propagation delay of 50 nanoseconds. That implies nothing but TPD. So which is 4 into 50, that is 200 nanoseconds. Worst case propagation delay is nothing but 200 nanoseconds. That implies nothing but whether this situation is occurring or not, you must wait for a minimum of 200 nanoseconds, then only you can apply the next clock. So that implies nothing but the minimum time between minimum time between two clock pulses, two consecutive clock pulses. Minimum time between two consecutive clock pulses is nothing but we should maintain minimum of 50 nanoseconds. So you can apply more, you can maintain more than this one or at least minimum of 50 nanoseconds, sorry 200 nanoseconds. Minimum of 200 nanoseconds. This is So the minimum is nothing but 200 nanoseconds. So 200 nanoseconds is the minimum time between the clocks, and the rate of frequency is nothing but f maximum. What is the maximum rate you can apply is nothing but 1 by t minimum. T minimum, that is nothing but 1 by 200 nanoseconds, which implies nothing but 5 megahertz. So the right answer for this question is nothing but C. 5 megahertz is going to be the clock frequency. Okay, since you are going to maintain the consecutive two clock pulses, you must maintain the difference as 200 nanoseconds. Thank you.